Welcome viewers to another fabulous episode of Unapologetically Free. Now today I'm going to talk about why perfectionism will kill you. Now first off, ironically, perfectionism does not bring about perfection. It is impossible to do something to perfection because, in my opinion, almost everything can still be improved. Anything in this world that is created can still be done better in terms of quality, if not quality, in terms of quantity, with creativity. So there is honestly no true perfection per se. But as human beings, we grow through iterations. We try the first time and then we improve on it. We have version 2, version 3, version 4, and so on and so forth. We try, we fail, and then we improve, and then we try again. And this cycle continues onwards and onwards. But if you have perfectionism, it may very possibly cripple you in the sense that you would not be willing to even take the first step. Now, it won't be so straightforward. People don't come to you and just say, "Oh, I'm a perfectionist." It is usually hidden behind a load of excuses, thinking, for example, "Oh, I don't really laugh because I need jokes to be really funny." People that are like that tend to have this kind of a perfectionist mentality because, in another word, people that are perfectionistic have a sense of arrogance. But if you look deeper, so perfectionism, arrogance, and if you look deeper into the arrogance, it is actually a fear of failure. It is an excuse for not trying. People that have this sense of perfectionism either do something to really, really high standards. Those are, to me, a really good sense of perfectionism. But majority of people who are perfectionistic instead don't even embark on anything because failure is so unacceptable to the perfectionist. Now people have the idea, go big or go home. And then they think to themselves, since I am not going to go big, I am not even going to try. Now, I have news for you today. Even a 50% effort is better than a 0% effort. Even if you relapse once a week, it is better than relapsing twice a week. We need to make progress, even if it is gradual, because willpower and wishful thinking will never get us where we want, but it is every single day that we sow the seeds for greatness. It is through the little actions that you take. It is through the filming of videos every single day that I gradually build up a channel that truly has content that is being provided. But it starts with one day. It doesn't start with I don't start with 200 subscribers. I started with 0. But that first step requires me to say, hey, I'm just going to try. Version 1 may not be good, but I'm going to try, I'm going to improve, and that consistency has allowed me. I'm now so comfortable being in front of the camera and just speaking my thoughts. And many of the thoughts that I speak out right now, they are not even written down, but instead they are my fresh thoughts that just come straight out from my brain, straight out from my thinking, and I'm comfortable with it. And if you realize it, I don't do double takes for my video, and it is only possible because I got rid of the perfectionism in me. And trust me, I was someone who had this sense of perfectionism, always wanted things to the highest level, but ironically, my life was far from perfect because I was not able to accept anything less than perfection. So instead, I despise perhaps 50% effort. I always told myself if I really wanted to put in effort, it had to be 100%. Nothing can mess up, and then that kind of mindset crippled me. It's like as if you wouldn't enter into a conversation with a person, with a friend, with someone you find attractive because you don't want things to even have one mess up. You don't want the other person to perhaps reject you, and because of that, you never ever make a conversation. Now, I'm personally still learning, but what I've learned is that you learn so much more from trying and experience, and trust me, it will be painful, but you will learn so much more when you try and you learn compared to just reading books and avoiding failure. Now, let me tell you, if you are feeling out of sorts, and if you can't even give more than 10%, then just give your 10%. You don't always have to give 100%. Some days things are really bad, but still move forward, still take action. And gradually, the first 5 minutes you'll be giving your 10%, but when you start taking action, something changes. There is power in taking action. That 10% will slowly increase to 20%. Perhaps you never wanted to go for a sprint. You started with a jog, and then as you jog 1 km, 2 km, 3 km, the momentum starts coming, and you decided, spur of the moment, you're going to run further. But if you do not take that first step out of your house to go for that jog, if you do not lift that first weight, if you do not even start or restart on that first day of no fap, you will not reach step 2 unless you first go through step 1. It is impossible. It is impossible to reach step 2 without doing step 1. So always remember that. Don't despise the smallest step in your life. Don't despise the small actions in your life because they do add up. And it is the foolish people in life thinking that the smallest action don't add up. Thinking that the smallest lie doesn't corrupt your character. Thinking that the smallest promise that is broken is redundant. When you give in to the smallest things, a little bit of laziness here, a little bit of compromise here, it will add up and it will kill you. It will kill you. Perfectionism kills you because perfectionism causes you to enter into a state of analysis paralysis. Now, in the past, when I relapsed, I would just feel so dejected due to perfectionism as my day counter resets and goes back to 0. So since it's already at 0, my perfectionistic mindset tells me I might as well make full use of this opportunity to fap one out, because if I really want to go ahead once again, I'll have to go perhaps with my perfectionistic mindset all the way to day 100. But since now I'm in day 0, might as well just continue to jerk for a few more days and then continue. But when I remove the perfectionism mentality, I realize that a relapse is simply a small setback, that my brain is still healing, that my past efforts was not in vain because the small steps still do add up. And lastly, what I want to say is that failure is a sign of progress. Now, when you fail, not if, you will fail. When you fail, it means that you have tried. It means that you have taken action. Now, I don't care what people say, but you have to get to a place of being used to taking rejection, of taking pain, and even experiencing failure from time to time. No one succeeds all the time, but as long as failing doesn't cripple you, you are still in the race. Now, my generation is soft. My generation is soft And a lot of the people of my generation, of my age, some of them, the millennials, they're snowflakes in the sense that when you give them harsh words, when you give them a little bit of pain, they cannot take it. And what better way to stand out than to be able to take punishment, not retarded and stupid punishment, but the punishment from trying, because people will judge you. People will rise against you whenever you stand for something, but who cares? Just do what is right. Even for example, NoFap. Some people will think that you are stupid or crazy from doing NoFap. But behind all these thoughts, you know, you experience, you try it for yourself, and you know that, hey, when you couldn't stop NoFap, it means that something is wrong, because that means you are addicted, and no addiction is good for you. So you experience, you understand, you realize, and then you keep moving forward. Some people agree with you, some people won't, but who cares? Find out what you're here for, and then make the best out of your life, and stop having that perfectionistic mentality. Go out, make some mistakes, and you will stand out among your peers. Now, I hope you like this video. If you do, like it, comment, subscribe, share this video, and I'll see you again.